Hi book lovers, and welcome back to Black Haired Tree. It's time for another monthly wrap up, but this time we're doubling it up with both April and May. As I mentioned in my March video, April was almost entirely swallowed by writing. I was completely immersed in writing my new novel, and honestly, every spare moment I had went into that. So, spoiler alert, April's reading list is going to be short, but May made up for it. Let's dive in. But first, as always, I'm starting with setting up my monthly cover page. This doesn't serve any big purpose other than I love doing it. It marks the passing of time and the seasons in my journal, and it's a ritual that grounds me. I love how this one turned out. Probably my favorite monthly cover ever. One book I did make time for was Reading Between the Lines by Nicky James, book 3 in her Shadowy Solutions series. When Nicky has a new book, I am armed and ready with an Audible credit. I drop everything and I dive in. That's just a rule. This time, DM's detective agency is barely staying afloat, and he takes on an out-of-town case involving a boy in a coma. The police says it was caused by an accident, and the mother says otherwise. DM brings Talus along to help handle the delicate parts of the investigation, like interacting with other humans. I loved the structure of this one. It starts at the end, giving us a glimpse of how far they've come. DM even has an emotional support dog now, which melted me a bit. This was probably my favorite in the series so far, and my April top read. Next, a bit of a genre twist, a Swedish murder mystery. I don't read many of those, but this one is by my favorite podcast host, Johanna Hurtig Wagrell, and her partner Johan. So I had to pick it up. The title is Skuld or Guilt, and it's not yet available in English. It's the sequel to her debut, Fasad, that I read last year and loved. Detective Inspector Elizabeth is back in Kalmar to solve a case that doesn't make sense. Oddly enough, it reminded me a little of Reading Between the Lines. I could totally see DM and Talus solving this if it was set in Canada. It didn't have the massive twist that made book 1 so memorable, but I still enjoyed it. Lastly, for April, Rogue by Onley James, book 2 in her Jericho's Boys series, a spin-off from Necessary Evils. This one follows Levi, who's working the night shift at a convenience store when he gets almost robbed by Shiloh, except Levi distracts him with a kiss, which sends Shiloh running. Naturally, things escalate from there as they team up to free Shiloh from his nightmare of a brother. 4 stars from me. I know people come for different things in these videos. I personally enjoy watching fellow journalers set up their spreads, and I may get bored from long musings on books if they are not, books that interest me a lot. I'm going to set up May quick, but if you're here for the books, you can fast forward a few minutes. While I am doing the setup, I can tell you that I use Archer and Olive journals for all my projects. I love their style, they are so gorgeous and a pleasure to work with. But I've had some quality issues lately, mainly with their subscription box items, and when I reached out to their customer service or customer delight team, as they call it, I just have to say I was blown away by their level of service. They took it very seriously, and I walked away feeling delighted indeed. I am in no way affiliated with Archer and Olive, since I am a way too small YouTube channel to be noticed, but I still want to share my experience and my love for their products. On to May, and this time we're off to a great start. My first read was When the Tides Held the Moon by Vanessa Vida Kelley. If you loved queer romance, you probably know her already from her gorgeous fan art. And her debut novel is just as beautiful as her art. It's set in 1910 Coney Island, where Benny, a Puerto Rican blacksmith, builds a tank for a mythical merman pulled from the East River. He names him Rio, and the love story that unfolds is pure magic. I love the setting and the secondary characters of the sideshow that become Benny's found family. The ending was so beautiful it made me cry, but it was emotional, happy tears and not heartbreak. It did make it onto my books that made me cry list, that only has 2 entries so far this year. Makes me wonder if it's because I'm subconsciously not choosing angsty books or because I'm dead inside. Probably the first. This was my May top read and an easy recommendation. The way Vanessa's beautiful art complements the book itself is amazing, as you get to see the characters how the author themselves see it. I can't wait to see what Vanessa does next. I'll add her Instagram in the description so you can see more of her wonderful art. Next up, Molly Boys by Vawn Cassidy. Historical London, 1885. It gave me Penny Dreadful vibes, very Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde, Dorian Gray. A Jack the Ripper style killer is targeting Molly Boys, 19th century slang for gay men. And Inspector Franklin joins forces with Lord Everett Stanley, who knew some of the victims, to catch him. The writing was great, the tension was thick, but the ending left me frustrated. There's no sequel yet, and the book came out in 2023, which worries me. Fingers crossed it's not a dead end, because I need to see where this goes. It didn't have anything near to a happy ending, not even a happy for now ending, which is frustrating. Back to the absurd in the very best way. Cheap Heat. Round 3 in Goliaths of Wrestling by Lily Mayne. It's set in an underground wrestling club where supernatural creatures from another dimension perform. Here we meet Dullahan Dan, the headless wrestler, and his introverted neighbor Rafe the Ghoul, who absolutely cannot stand him. But when Rafe starts working as Goliath's IT manager, things get complicated and they can't avoid each other. This book is pure chaos and hilarity, and the things you can get up to with a detachable head are many. It's exactly what you're imagining right now. This little piece of fan art is by Virgin Mechant, who does the best Lily Mayne fan art. I'll link her Instagram in the description so you can check it out. Then there's Earth Boys Are Easy by C. Rochelle, a spin-off from her Villainous Things, now set in space. We've got aliens, bounty hunting, a spaceship with only one bed, and of course more shenanigans. A lot of fun and very spicy. And finally, Barbarian, book 3 in Jericho's Boys. This one explores Nico and Malachi, a pairing teased in the earlier book, Rogue. I wasn't as impressed by this one, I'm sad to say. Malachi is supposed to be gender fluid and unpredictable, waking up with a new personality every day, but I felt like that potential was kind of wasted. He ended up reading like every other bad boy in the Necessary Evils world. And Nico was sort of annoying. It didn't really work for me. 3.5 stars. And that wraps up spring in my reading journal. Summer is here, vacation's coming, and I'm hoping for lots of reading, journaling, and of course more progress on my own novel. I'll see you again when it's time to wrap up June. Until then, take care and happy reading. Bye!